Today on Deep Dive, we're going to be looking at Marvel Comics Submariner number 5. Who's this exciting new villain named Tiger Shark? Let's dive in to find out. Hello everyone, my name is Devin, also known as DH Artist, and welcome back to my Deep Dive series. Today we'll be continuing the adventures of Prince Namor, the Submariner. And if you missed my Deep Dive coverage of his other issues, I'll link to them in the video description below. Now, as longtime viewers and subscribers know, the conditions of my comics vary. While on the outside this book looks to be in very good condition, it's the inside that'll look interesting. And no, I'm not using a filter. The red gradually fades away, and it ends up looking green and bluish yellow. In my opinion, it must have been a printing error, since it has off-white pages, and that wouldn't be the case if aging had affected the fading process. Now, even though this can be viewed on your phone or computer, try casting it onto your TV so you can really see the detail and quality of the book, because there's no better way to view comics than on the big screen. If you enjoy these types of videos and want to see more content like it, check out some of my other deep dives. I've covered issues like Tales of Suspense number 56, Showcase number 41, Fantastic Four number 3, Teen Titans number 1, and Doom Patrol number 86. For a complete list of my videos, you'll want to make sure to visit the organized playlists on my channel. And please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single video. Submariner number 5 was published in September of 1968. Editor-in-chief was Stan Lee. Cover artists were John Buscema, Frank Giacoia, and Sam Rosen. The story, titled Watch Out for Tiger Shark, was written by Roy Thomas, penciled by John Buscema, inked by Frank Giacoia, and lettered by Sam Rosen. The book consists of 32 pages, with a cover price of 12 cents. Fresh off his recent appearance in Captain Marvel number 4, today's story begins as a dazed and disoriented Prince Namor emerges from the sea onto the rocky shore. Still reeling from his battle with the mysterious Captain Marvel and an underwater missile explosion near New York, he questions his surroundings, unsure of how much time or distance has passed. Weakened and weary, Namor collapses onto the beach, still vowing to reach New York and confront the villain Destiny. Laying there resting, a sinister sound disturbs his slumber. Suddenly, a looming shadow appears overhead, revealing a massive robot, bursting with mechanical power. Firing a deadly laser, the machine attacks Namor, and though fatigued, Namor refuses to fall without a fight, rising to meet the challenge with his trademark battle cry. As Namor launches himself upward to attack, he crashes into an invisible wall of force, stopped cold as if hit by a missile. Before he can recover, the massive robot seizes him in a crushing grip. Grappling with the pain, Namor questions who would send such a monstrosity against him. Then, with raw strength, he begins tearing the robot's grip apart, causing the machine's shell to buckle like paper. Freed from its hold, Namor lands one final strike, sending the metal giant exploding in a fiery blast. Exhausted from his robotic clash, Namor collapses unconscious on the beach. Soon, two mysterious figures arrive at his location, surprised but intrigued by their unexpected catch of the Submariner himself. Some time later, Namor awakens inside a high-tech laboratory, confused by the strange metallic vest he's wearing and the tanks filled with deadly sharks and advanced equipment surrounding him. Appearing to greet him, a woman offers him food and cryptic words, hinting that all will be answered in time. But defiant as ever, Namor refuses to be held prisoner, demanding to know where he is and why he's been restrained. As Namor demands answers, a figure steps into view, introducing himself as Dr. Dorcas. The true mastermind behind his capture, Dorcas mocks Namor's royal pride and reveals that the robot was never meant to kill, only guard his estate. Still, Namor's destruction of it proves his strength Dorcas now intends to harness for his experiments. Furious, Namor threatens to destroy the entire chamber in defiance. But Dorcas strikes first, blasting Namor with a powerful energy weapon that sends him reeling in pain. As Namor struggles to fight back, Dr. Dorcas reveals the control vest is rendering him powerless, and he's able to send shockwaves through Namor's body with a mere gesture. Dorcas then warns Namor not to try and remove the vest, for it would simply seal his doom. Though Namor demands to know the villain's true purpose, Dorcas coldly promises all will be revealed when his plan is complete. And as the mysterious woman leads the dazed Namor away, Dorcas informs a stranger named Todd that his experiment is on the verge of completion, as he unveils a machine of immense power at the heart of his lair. Meanwhile, far beneath the trackless sea, as Lady Dorma awakens, her thoughts turn immediately to her beloved Namor. Learning that he vanished after the battle with Atuma, she refuses to accept his disappearance and is determined to find him regardless of the danger. And though Lord Vashti and others plead with her not to go, her heart is resolute. Declaring her decision, she orders for her personal cruiser. Setting off alone in search for Namor, she's guided only by love and the hope that the oceans will not claim her before she finds him. As Lady Dorma travels to Namor's last lone location, her cruiser is suddenly attacked by a monstrous giant squid, a squid strong enough to crush her vessel like an eggshell. With the ship ensnared and shaking violently, Dorma struggles to stay upright as she tries to reach the control panel, knowing that unless she activates the ship's psionic shield, her mission and life will be lost. Driven by love and desperation, Dorma pushes through and activates the shield, repelling the beast's deadly grip. Victorious, she declares that whatever danger lies ahead, her and Namor will face it together. As Lady Dorma continues on her journey, we find another threat already surrounding Namor, disguised in the form of the surface woman beside him. Still imprisoned, he accuses her of betrayal, having learned from days past not to trust easily. Then, begging him to listen, she tells him about her brother, Todd Arliss, a once celebrated Olympic swimmer and diver who was hailed as America's greatest aquatic athlete. Then, with medals and records behind him, he turned professional, signing lucrative exhibition deals. However, Todd Arliss's rise to fame is cut short when, during a rescue at sea, a rogue wave slams him into a ship's hull, leaving his back permanently injured, and along with it, his swimming career shattered. Desperate to recover, he spends a fortune on doctors, but nothing helps. Eventually, he turns to the mysterious Dr. Dorcas, who promises a cure for a steep price. and though he accepts without hesitation, his sister grows suspicious. But when Dorcas insists she stay out of it, he warns her that if she interferes, Todd will never swim again. As she finishes recounting her tragic tale, Namor declares Dr. Dorcas his enemy. But when he tries to rip off the power-draining vest, he triggers a hidden failsafe, electrocuting him with a powerful blast, rendering him unconscious. Appearing from nearby, Dorcas and Todd arrive to collect Namor. Believing Namor has been killed, Todd's sister Diane accuses them of murder, but Dorcas coldly assures her that it was only meant to stun him. With Namor unconscious, Dorcas is ready to proceed with his plan, ordering Todd to bring the Submariner to the Morphatron chamber. As the strangely sinister scientist leaves to begin his arcane preparations, Diane pleads with her brother to stop, warning him that he's becoming a murderer. Desperate to regain his former glory, Todd believes Dorcas's treatments are working. With his back already healed and his strength restored, he insists that using Namor is the final part of the experiment. Heartbroken, Diane begs him to reconsider, and moments later, the two find themselves in the adjoining chamber. With Namor restrained, Todd changes into a specialized suit, and as Dr. Dorcas connects the Morphatron to a tank of sharks, he explains that combining their power with Namor's will fuel the transformation. Hesitating, Todd is alarmed that sharks are involved, but Dorcas assures him of his calculations. Soon the process begins, and as Todd screams in agony, overwhelmed by pain, Dorcas reveals that he's becoming something far more than a swimmer. He's becoming an amphibian. Suddenly, in the chaos of the experiment, Dorcas notices a dangerous surge in the machine's output, transferring more power to Todd than he ever intended. As Dorcas scrambles to cut the power, Todd is consumed by unbearable pain, letting out a horrible cry as something terrifying begins to happen to him. With the machine finally powered down, Todd lies on the ground, dazed but alive. Frustrated yet hopeful, Dorcas declares that only time will reveal whether his experiment succeeded. Turning her gaze to Namor, Diane fears he may be dead, but Dorcas reveals that Namor is merely in suspended animation, ready if needed for another attempt at his experiment. Suddenly from behind them, a voice declares that a second experiment won't be necessary. For transformed, powerful, and unrecognizable, Todd stands upright, declaring a new name for himself, Tiger Shark. Celebrating the success of his experiment, Dorcas declares they'll make a fortune together, but Tiger Shark quickly rejects the partnership, insisting he paid only to regain his swimming abilities and nothing more. Noticing physical changes like gills, sharp teeth, and cuts, Dorcas reveals the horrifying truth. Todd has been turned into a human-shark hybrid. Furious, Tiger Shark lashes out at Dorcas, picking him up in his powerful grasp. Fully transformed and drunk on power, Tiger Shark lashes out violently at Dr. Dorcas, throwing him across the room and destroying lab equipment with ease. But just as he boasts of his newfound strength, Namor, now fully recovered and furious, strikes Tiger Shark with righteous fury. And as a fierce battle erupts, Namor declares that no one shall call him inferior, proving he's more than ready to settle the score. Just as Tiger Shark gains the upper hand, he collapses to the ground, gasping for air, realizing the terrifying truth that he can no longer survive out of water. He's become a true creature of the sea. In anguish and rejection, Tiger Shark smashes through a nearby wall, diving into the sea, declaring that he'll no longer walk among humans. As his immense strength carries him deep beneath the waves, his descent is halted when he crashes into Lady Dorma's ship, and with a powerful punch, Tiger Shark bursts aboard. Meanwhile, in the shattered lab above, Diane pleads with Namor not to harm her brother, insisting that he's confused and not responsible for his actions. But Namor refuses to make any promises, declaring that Tiger Shark must be stopped before he endangers the seas. Then, diving into the depths, Namor is stunned to discover Lady Dorma alive. But before he can reach her, Tiger Shark threatens her life, declaring her one of Namor's subjects, and therefore his enemy. And so with righteous fury, Namor charges forward into battle. Some of the interesting advertising found within this issue is a midget spy camera for $1.35. Kids could order a live pet chameleon for $1.95. There's a half-page ad for Boys to Sell Grit. And in the Shop by Mail section, kids could order a Fox mini bike for $64.50. As the two aquatic titans clash in a brutal underwater battle, the ocean's waters revive the submariner's strength, allowing him to match Tiger Shark's fury. But despite regaining some strength, Namor knows he is still weakened, yet with resolve burning within him, he refuses to surrender, declaring that he'll fight on no matter the cost. Suddenly, Tiger Shark delivers a crushing blow to Namor, and declaring the Atlantean cruiser to be his tomb, he leaves the submariner buried and motionless beneath the wreckage. Proclaiming himself to be the sea's new ruler, Tiger Shark grabs Lady Dorma, demanding she serve as the living symbol of his triumph. And as this issue ends, Tiger Shark drags Lady Dorma away, even as she insists she can still feel Namor's presence. Well, I hope you enjoyed this deep dive. Has this Submariner series been something that you like? Is there a particular issue or comic you'd like me to flip? Well, drop it down in the comments section and I'll see if I can add it to my pull box. If you enjoy these types of videos, please show your support by subscribing to my channel. As always, please consider liking and feel free to share this video. And until next time, deep divers, thanks for watching.